Have you ever thought that when you're producing something, you're distilling whatever you just injected into yourself, meaning not really injecting but consuming, right? So it's about everything around your life, your friends, your work. So imagine, or I believe you do, I also do, have a 9 to 5 job, right? What you do 9 to 5 job is to produce in the product that comes from you is the output of whatever was expected for you to be or deliver it for money, right? So you exchange the product, or also you exchange your time in this for money, right? So this production, it's sometimes not very related to things that make you totally happy and totally, let's say, feeling successful in your career life, right? When that's why people have different jobs or try different things or have 2 jobs sometimes or 3, whatever. So this is a way for them to express the really meaningful things that are inside of that person, and that need to let this go, it's expressed usually through some creative path that they choose in life. It does not need to be a career, of course, but it's a very effective way for us to produce something that's meaningful for us and not only for exchanging money. That's why art can be very therapeutical, and art can be a way of changing the feelings that you have inside you and transmuting any bad experiences or any bad feelings that you have holding you back, whatever you have there, and something that's now beautiful and meaningful for you. It's like overcoming your own traumas and using your traumas as stairs to get whatever you want to go in life, to do whatever you want to do, to be whatever you want to. Because life, it's not meant to hold you back, but to teach you ways for you to stop holding yourself back. So it's not about life and being not exactly what you want to. It's all about what you're doing or how you're trying to live in a way that life make sense to you. That took me a long time to understand. And lots of pain was involved until we get there, right? And probably you're gonna hear this and say, all right, like, so what? Life's like that, right? And I believe also that a different relationship with that feeling and art and how it can translate things that you cannot see very well in your life for you, it's not very known yet. And people sometimes can be very confusing when they try to work with art and also use art as a way to find freedom or to find new places that they can be, or that they can express themselves the way they are, right? You can jump into art in any ways that life gives you the opportunity to jump. And for some people it starts in school when when you're learning new things, you're discovering new materials, or you can just have an experience before with a family member, and or you might not even have a traditional art feeling using like a pencil, especially now that we have so much tech that can be used to produce art. So this very need that we have to show ourselves in different ways, and that sometimes we hold it because we think it's silly, or because we don't think it's necessary for us to do anything else than work, can bring so much pain and so much unhappiness just because we're holding our instincts to put it out, that creative side that we have inside us. And I don't mean that you have to only to paint things or create things by yourself on your mind or have a specific style or idea. You could just be happy painting Bob Goods, whatever, right? It's still a way for you to manifest your creative side, choosing colors, choosing how you want to blend them, how you want to that figure to look like you're after finalize that piece. Which colors I should use? Which texture should I do on this particular side of this painting that I'm of this drawing, right? So even in simple things, you can find joy and you can liberate yourself of thinking that you have to work in exchange of money. Of course, don't get me wrong, we need to work on exchange for money, but we also need to work in exchange for other things. If you go to the gym, you are working out to get a better health. So you are extending your time and your effort doing your workout to get a better body, right? It's the same thing in other areas of our lives. When you're trying to meet someone, you put some effort trying to look better, looking good, right? Meeting new friends, going to new places, talking to new people, using apps, so this is how you put effort to just have something back of your actions. And the pleasure and the satisfaction that you might looking for with art could just be in that very spot that you might having hard expectations for it, where the real meaning it's not yet discovered by you, or you have some issues letting that go. So after this whole talk about what's production being production output of whatever I consume or whatever I need to produce in exchange for something, and when we are looking at our careers in life, I will understand that's a nice job right now for most part of people. And when you try to produce more art, what are you expecting back when you do that? This is a conversation for the other artists that are seeing me out there. This relationship with art could change the way it makes you feel after you're doing art, okay? So, hear me out. Let's think about the way that we feed ourselves in lunchtime, whatever. You're gonna eat things you like to eat, correct? And why do some people like avocado and some others don't like avocado? So, some people like sushi, some people don't. But what makes sushi so special for them? What is it? The flavor? Is it the texture? Is it because it's fish most part of the times? So whatever it is, the meaning that drives you towards doing art, this is the first thing you have to feel, you have to understand, because is that more a mechanical motivation? Are you a technical artist? Do you like to draw lines? Do you like to have precision? Do you like to work with colored pencils? That's a more precise way to use your materials, right? So is that what gives you satisfaction? Or do you like to have a loose approach? Do you rather work with paints? You like to express yourself with bold movements? You like to use different colors in the same palette, whatever? Or do you like to have a runny paint? Do you like to use watercolors? Do you like to use crayons? So, what is it and the experience of doing art that you enjoy? This will give you some hints of the why you are doing. But those are only mechanical ways for you to measure your pleasure around art if you're questioning if that's something for you or not. Another thing that you can also take in consideration is the feeling of that you're trying to express. An artist that is starting the career now or is starting to learn, like doing some master copies of other big artists, will have a very particular way to think about how he approaches paint in his technique and how he wants to use his technique to say something that he likes, right? So first thing that is important when enjoying and find joy to express yourself and try to find what makes you happy when using it. Experiment with different tools. And other part of the piece is if you already did find whatever you like to use as a material, you're halfway there. Next step is to find what you want to say. If you're just using materials to express yourself in a way that you are doing exercise or just doing like colored pencil things, trying to express what you see in nature, mimicking what you see, or doing whatever we say and we see as a more traditional art, like portraiting, pet painting, architectural drawing or architectural paintings. So things that it's not so freely, you already have probably halfway there if you are looking for something that you can relate when you see the reality that you put on the drawing or the paint or the product that you are delivering to yourself, right? So if that brings you joy, you don't need to worry. You just need to find whatever you want to paint. I'm a guy that painting only spoons, right? I'm happy painting spoons. So I will build my style, my idea, and my output around art into spoons. If I want to say more than if I want to hide information there, I use art as a mirror or a way for people to relate it to it in a way that's more meaningful for them, not only judging our technique, like, oh my god, how precise that spoon, or oh, those colors for that building, it's so real because the artist matched it so perfectly. So there's different ways that you can work around inside art and find what you want to present as a product if that brings you joy. But if it's still there, something bugging you because you're not happy, whatever what you have to say, it's because you didn't find it. And that's totally natural. And that's the exploration we do to find ourselves and to express ourselves in a way that's meaningful and joyful for us and for the others, right? Because for the ones like me that are out there that have this need to create, it's important to give a voice. Otherwise, other parts of your life can be compromised because you're just not giving enough attention for this part of yourself that's begging to come out and you're holding it because maybe you're afraid what others will think about your skills or what others will think about your idea. What's holding you back? So let this go, and understanding why you're creating art is the first part to use this as a healing way and also a potential. I said potential because first I believe that's the first thing you have to define, the why you are doing, then use this as a revenue stream for you, not in a way that's just I'll be a famous artist tomorrow, because that's very hard to happen. Someone needs to tell you don't fall for that, but you can be a happily artist practicing and doing your thing in a way that you don't stress yourself, think that whatever you're doing it's just wasting your time, and it is not. It's your life, you're living, and time is passing. So enjoy yourself and be kind. If you want to know more or if you need help, check the description or talk to me in the comments.